90% of the US people think that the taxpayer lost money in rescuing US banks. 84% think that banks are responsible for the crisis.
Just like Adam Smith said in 1776, banks can enhance a country's industry by making the useless capital become useful. When capital is a deposit, it's useless to the society.
In the banking and financial services industry is so huge and so powerful financially and economically that it can influence any administration in place in this country. I mean, regardless of the result of the next election, Wall Street will be winning the election because they have enough money to support both candidates, both party, and to have lobbyists and representatives in all of these parties.
What happens is that when this debt is converted into public debt, then we enter a very odd world in which 40 years ago we were regulating the sector. 20 or 30 years ago we decided not to regulate the sector, to be indifferent. And now we have the sector regulating the government.
I just wonder, the falling apart of Dodd-Frank is a symptom of this much deeper malaise, which goes to the root of capitalism. It goes to the root of how multinational companies create subsidiaries to game the system and so on. So my question to any of the panel members is, are we kind of kidding ourselves about what nation states can really do to resist the abstract nature of capitalism?
I think that's a very profound question. First, I agree with you that some of what we're witnessing in the financial sector crisis is related to the way capitalism is working. I agree with that. I want to be an optimistic on this, which is whether we can regulate it or not, because I think we can. And I think that we can if you're willing to pay certain costs. Yeah? It's like, maybe you will have lower growth at your country. Maybe you have lower investment. But then it's the quality, the nature, and the sustainability of investment. Maybe you can punish people that have companies abroad. Maybe you can punish companies that, or reduce incentives for companies to offshore. I think that you can do that, but you need politicians willing to pay the cost for that. And I think that is a contradiction between how capitalism works and how our political rules are working at the moment.